Engineers Without Borders. Here's what we're talking about today. So I guess, I don't know if many of y'all came to the meeting last time, but basically we're talking about how to join, again, paying dues. Then we have project updates, upcoming events and socials, and then we'll have a little training session at the end. So how to join. So there's the weekly meetings. You can attend the Costa Rica team meetings, which are Monday at 7 and CE 104. And then we also have Nicaragua upstairs in CE 217 at 7 as well. If you want to be part of these teams, you can talk to the project leads, which should be here today, or just come on Mondays and they'll hook you up. If you want more information, you can also go to the website or listen or look for the listserv. Membership dues. If you would like to join and become an official member of the Engineers Without Borders Texas A&M chapter, we do have dues. It's $25 for the semester. So after the meeting, if you would like to come and pay and become a part of our organization, just come down here and we'll collect the dues. We are also selling t-shirts. It's $10 for the t-shirts down here. So also we have other t-shirts as well, like older t-shirts for I think $5. So they're really awesome. You should buy one.
So what we've been doing so far this semester is during the winter break, they went on an assessment trip to get elevation info for places that were having problems, and according to the maps we had, they shouldn't have been having problems. And those kind of straightened out like where there's hills and stuff, because our maps weren't super, like the points where the elevations were given were accurate, but that wasn't where the house really was. So that was kind of what we did, and now we are working on getting that report done. We're supposed to have it turned in by tomorrow. We're going to work on that. We're also fighting the man. Civil department took away our water software because they're evil. So we're going to get that back soon, I suppose. I don't know. And we're scheduling a video conference. One of the big things that happen when we ask, do you want a video conference with the community? Normally they're like, yeah. This time they go, oh yeah, well, let's push it back because we have a new water board because several people quit apparently. So as far as that goes, the video conference will be interesting because they don't even have video right now, so it'll actually be a phone call. And just the fact that they might not be on board with what the past water board was doing. So at the moment we're chugging along, assuming that they are. We haven't heard anything otherwise, but that'll be cool. And also right now, since we are chugging along besides like the report and complaining about programs, we are looking at building just a basic bridge model, one that could give estimate costs, because what the community wants to do now is set up a bridge to go over a gorge to service new houses because Costa Rica told them they had to service these houses. So we're looking into, not an entire bridge, but just like per foot about how much is one going to cost, how much is the footing going to cost kind of thing. Get a basic number so we can throw it at them just to see if they're on the same page as how expensive this is going to be. And we're also looking at basic water simulations without EPA in it to see just how much water needs to be diverted to the new tanks that they want for those new houses.
Not a whole lot has changed since the last meeting. The main difference is that while we were about to start working on the pre-assessment trip forms last month, this month we're wrapping them up. So we're working on the pre-assessment form 521, the health and safety form, which is a 600, and some planning forms, 900 forms. So, we're still working on the water project for Nicaragua. We recently got in contact with our community contacts, so we got a lot of information cleared up. And we'll be meeting on Monday to continue working on the forms. So, if you want to join us, we'd love to have you. Shoot us an email or give us your email after the meeting. We're still planning on going on a trip in May, so the deadline for a lot of documents we're working on right now is in March. So we only have a couple more meetings before we'll be hopefully done with the forms. We're mostly done with them. Me and Daniel will wrap them up.
It looks like now actually that most of the forms are done. We won't be doing too much more on those. And we're going to be focusing more on researching wells and probably filtration of some sort, since that's likely what our project is going to be about.
My name is not Andy, I'm Chris. I'm VP of Projects. Andy couldn't be here. But just today, Andy and I met with our civil engineering professor, Dr. Morgan, to talk about the playground tower that we're building for Friends Church. So the next week we'll be doing a little bit of remodeling based on what he told us. Doing some solid modeling and SolidWorks to get the structure so we understand what it looks like. We'll be doing some basic hand calculations so we can figure out loading on different parts of the structure and the connections. And we'll be looking at some civil building codes in terms of what kind of loads we can expect on the building. So there'll be a little bit of everything for people to do next week if you want to come. And that will be at the local projects meeting. And then hopefully, once we get all that done, we'll be building in March or April. Once the church has freed up the land, we're ready to go. So if you want to do something that you can make an impact this semester with, and you're not already on something, that's a great way to do it.
My name's Evan. The previous project leader for the Humane Society stepped down, so I took his place. And basically everything we had set up to do, they changed their minds about, so we're not doing anything we'd already planned. So now they want us to design a well house cover. It's like a water tank they have out there, and they think it looks ugly, so it's just a shed we're going to paint, make it look pretty to hide it from public view, so no one has to see that, I guess. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to design it and get the designs to them in the next couple of weeks, and then see what they think about it, and then from there we'll probably start building hopefully soon.
Okay. For those of you that I think it's me last time, I missed one, and you were here last time, I can actually talk this time, so that's nice. Well, any changes, the changes we made from the last time we met, we finished up the proposal, of course, and we transformed it into a presentation to where we can show it to the architects if they want us to give it to them.
Yeah, anybody else, student council, anybody else who wants to see it.
So right now, we're kind of in a waiting period. We're going to wait to get the designs from them so we can actually start coming up with some hard numbers as far as logistics go and what kind of design we're looking into for our green roof. But until then, we're basically just going to start looking into vendors a little bit to get some ideas of once we do get the design, what we're going to start doing, how we're going to start going around it. So that's where we're at right now.
This is the PET project. It stands for Personal Energy Transportation. They work on designing wheelchairs for people around the world. So we've been asked to redesign the wheelchair for the Bryan facility in particular. So these are some of the major design flaws that need to be fixed, some different things that we're going to be working on over the semester. One of the major issues we're working with is to make sure that it's able to be applied to all of them, so it has to be very easily standardized, so it can't be something overly complex while still serving their needs. Right now we're going to be bringing in the actual drivetrain itself. I'm asking for him to let us borrow one, so we'll be actually able to see it, make adaptations to it, hopefully at the next local projects meeting, so be excited. Okay, and we're also looking for new members, so if anybody wants to engage in a project that's going to make a very real difference, both in a local sense and an international sense, this is the project for you. Specifically if you have abilities of modeling and CAD and whatnot, because I can't, so that'd be great. Okay.
We are starting work on modeling for the wheelchair ramp as well. So we need to, again, simulate the loads that are going to be on that one, try to figure out how much the lady in her wheelchair weighs, and figure out what it's going to look like as she rolls down the ramp, make sure it doesn't collapse underneath her. That's kind of important in most wheelchair ramps. So they're going to have a lot of work ahead of them as they make sure they understand how to model the system, and then how to look at every connector and make sure none of the connectors are overloaded. And so we're going to be using some standardized connector systems that will make it a little bit easier, but still, hand calculations and simulation both, a mix of those. So we'll have a lot of work for people to be doing, so if you want to get involved, another way to do it.
This month we're going to be going to Mount Aggie, and As you can see, there's a picture of an egg having fun. It's $5 a person, and it's $2 for parking if you don't have a parking pass. It's going to be this Thursday, or the upcoming Thursday on February 27th. So you could come up, meet us, have some fun with us. It's something that we haven't done before, so we're really excited. And if you haven't been to Mount Aggie, it's even a better reason to go. If you guys have any questions on if you don't know where it is or anything like that, you could always contact us. Up next is big event. As you guys know, it's coming up. It's going to be March 29th, and what's really coming up, it's the deadline. It's February 28th to sign up. Our code is here if you want to join us, and if you're not able to write it down now, you can also access it through our website. And if you have our, or if you're in our listserv, you would also get an email with the code. This is us last year. I believe we were like over 20 people, so we're really trying to break the record this year. As many people as can be involved, we'll get a far more larger project, and we could, impact the community even stronger.
So, this next meeting, we're going to have officer elections for the 2014-2015 school year, and we've had several positions opening up, and so there are, I don't know, 3 or 4 of us now that are not going to be here next year. So definitely apply. There are a lot of great opportunities. It's a lot of fun, and so just go through the EWB website and find the application or applications. You can apply for more than one job on there, and then submit those.
Submit it to my email or Paul's email.
Yeah, one of ours. And we'll have the elections, and everyone will vote on it next meeting. So, and then also we have our annual banquet coming up, which is going to be awesome because it's at Messina Hoff. It's $10 a person for a ticket and $15 a couple, which is a pretty good deal. So you should do it. And we're just going to have, so we'll eat and stuff and hang out, and then we'll have just kind of like wrap up the year and talk about all the stuff we did, and just kind of enjoy everything. And we'd love to have your parents there if they want to come, if they want to make the trip. They can come. You can bring a roommate if you want, whatever. Just sign up. You can sign up down here today, or later on we'll have a sign up that we send out through email. We'll have it on our website and all that y'all can access and sign up. And then also, if you want an actual like mailed invitation to your house or your parents' house, come give us your address right now, and we're going to send those out in a couple weeks.
Okay, well, if there's no questions, and we'll ask you guys to stick around. We do have a small training session. We tend to have these every semester. On the training session, to get you a little bit of incentive, we're going to have an activity, and whoever wants to volunteer into this activity, we will give you guys a t-shirt. So t-shirts are $10 per person, and the group is going to be 5. So whoever wants to volunteer themselves, you guys will be going home with free t-shirts. And the training session is over, if this goes any slower, over public speaking. So I'm not going to turn off the lights, but I have a little clip for you guys about public speaking. It's okay, there's no sound. So we're not encouraging you guys to go and rob banks or whatever. If you guys do, I do need tuition money, so come and talk to me after. No, this training session, I feel like it's important, but with that, forward. Why is it important? So you guys could get involved a little. Why do you think public speaking is important? Especially in our field as engineers, and even if it's not engineering, why is it important?
Because we give presentations.
We give presentations often. And so if we give presentations often, how does that influence our job? Why would it be important for us?
To make more money.
To make more money. Right. Anybody else have more questions or answers, actually? How about,
People don't take you as seriously if you can't express yourself.
right, taking people seriously,
It doesn't sound like you know what you're doing.
talking about, okay. Ben, do you have anything to add?
I don't know, I feel like, actually, Chris, although, like, he doesn't do it. That is, public speaking is valuable that way, like, it's something that's worth, if you are one of those people who are really focused on money, that's something. It's a good skill to hone. But, it's not just the money though, it's if you want to make an impact, if you're trying to communicate, like, for example, if we're trying to pitch EWB or some other cause to somebody else, if you can't convey why what you're doing is so important and why you think they need to help you, then it's called, you're
Right, so conveying a message.
You need to make it happen.
Did you have something else?
Yeah, engineers are usually stereotypically bad communicators. So
Right.
if we can get over that, that'd be great.
How about you, recruitingmanship? What do you think?
I was thinking when he was thinking about how if you don't convey your thoughts on like a project or anything, then you're not, like people don't take you seriously, it's not very good for your job.
Right. You with the scarf on top?
I guess you need to be able to sell whatever you're trying to convince them to accept or buy or whatever.
Right. Okay, so those are really good answers actually. They're actually in here. First off, if you want to be a leader, you need to know how to communicate. And there was various answers that tied into that. We need to be able to show that we know what we're talking about. We need to be able to sell whatever we're trying to represent. So it is really important if you want to succeed in your career to be able to communicate. A part of communicating is public speaking. It's an effective way to get a message out, and it's effective because, for example, this moment I'm talking to 20, 30 people, and it's different from communicating with one person. It's more effective to talk to you guys this way. And it is essential. You will have to do it, whether it's now in college or later in your career. And I feel like public speaking can make a difference. So in your career, it can make a difference, like he was saying. It could bring you more money. It could be a life difference. It could be community driven. If you stand up for something and you really believe in it and you do public speaking, it can make a difference. So I'm going to give you guys some tips, and these are from Aggie Toastmasters, on how to be a better public speaker. Because I know as engineers, like we were saying, we don't have that good of a representation of us when it comes to public speaking. So the first thing is know your material well. Whatever you're going to present, be sure that you know it, and be sure that you tie in stuff from your personal background just to make it a little bit more personal, and making it known that you're well aware of the issue and you're caring about the issue. You have to practice. You're not going to be able to do it if you haven't practiced before. Even in the mirror by yourself, just to know, like, okay, this is what I want to say now, this is what I'm going to say next. And you have to know your audience, know who you're talking to, know what they're interested in. Know the room, make sure you have visual contact when you're coming into the room. Be able to move around. I know there's certain things I can improve myself around too, but be able to know the room, move around, have visual contact with the people, and relax. People want you to succeed. Like, nobody's gonna come into the room and see you and be like, oh, this girl sucks. I'm just gonna wait for her to make a mistake. No, you know, like they're here to listen to what you have to say, so they care, they want you to succeed. So just relax, have it easygoing. And you also want to visualize yourself giving the speech. If you can't imagine yourself giving the speech, you're just gonna scare yourself more. You're gonna think that you're not gonna be able to do it. And just like I said, you know, you have to realize that people want you to succeed. Don't apologize. It's something that I do often. If something didn't go right, like I had already planned it the way it was going to happen and didn't, I would tend to apologize. But a lot of times you guys aren't going to catch it. You guys aren't going to know that I made a mistake or that wasn't supposed to happen at that moment. So just keep going. Like, don't let them know that you've made a mistake if they haven't caught it. And concentrate on the message. Don't be worried about you speaking, but be self-conscious about what you're trying to tell the people. if it's important to you, then focus on that, on what the message is. And gain experience. I've been the training director this is my second year. So I know I'm not good at public speaking, but I'm no longer scared of public speaking. So the more experience that you have, the better you're going to get, just because you're going to lose those nerves, and then it's just going to become a little bit of more of a flow. If you guys have any more tips to add to that, I would like to hear it. If you guys have any questions, have you guys given speeches before? Something that you wanted to do differently, maybe? Yes, sir?
So I've been speaking in front of groups for 25 years or so. I can honestly tell you that for some people like me, it doesn't get any better. Sometimes you will always be nervous. The key, though, is to believe in yourself, believe in your message, and enjoy yourself. If you're having fun, they're having fun. If you're serious about it, they're serious about it. It's all about you. When you're a public speaker, when you're the one that's up there, you command the room. If you don't, then you've already lost, and you may as well go home.
Hey, that's right. That's right. That's definitely right. So now that you guys know a little bit of why public speaking is important and a little bit of tips to make you a better public speaker, if you're interested enough to stay, we're going to have a little activity, and the activity consists of us separating. It says groups of 5, but whatever you feel comfortable with. And you guys can brainstorm. And it's really a simple presentation, no debating controversial issues or anything of that sort. You just brainstorm about presenting what you just learned now. Why public speaking is important. Choose one solely reason of why it is important. And then the 3 top tips that you think will really benefit a person into becoming a better public speaker. And if you want to do the activity, make sure to introduce yourself. And just exercise what you've learned now. If you guys are interested, except right now, like I said, there's shirts for the person that wants to volunteer, and if there's more groups that want to volunteer, then we can have the best speech with the shirts. Speech off. Yeah, speech off. Really up to you guys. If you want to stay and participate, you guys can.